Hi everyone, I'm so glad you're here today. This video is full of simple, helpful packing tips for busy families. If your home feels extra messy because you have little ones running around, you're not alone, and moving can make that chaos feel even bigger. I know how overwhelming it is to pack boxes while toddlers are pulling toys out behind you, or when every surface seems cluttered no matter how much you try. That's exactly why I created this video. Today, I'll share the gentle, practical methods I've relied on for years, ways to clean, sort, and pack quickly, even when kids are jumping, playing, and needing your attention. So stay with me until the end, and if you find these tips helpful, don't forget to like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be sharing many more home organization tricks and moving tips that can support you in every season of family life. First, we're stepping into tackling the messiest spot. When you're getting ready to move with little kids around, the best way to avoid feeling overwhelmed is to start with the spot that stresses you out the most. I've learned that moving doesn't get easier by waiting, it gets easier by choosing the right place to begin. For me, the loudest mess is usually the kitchen counter, the dining table, or the area where the toys somehow multiply overnight. These are the places your eyes land on the moment you walk into a room, and they set the tone for how tidy or chaotic the whole house feels. That's why I always start there. When those areas look under control, everything else suddenly feels more manageable. Another thing I keep in mind is to prioritize the spaces we use constantly. With children, daily routines can fall apart quickly when the main living areas become too cluttered. If the table is covered in yesterday's snacks or the counter is hidden under half-open boxes, everyone becomes a little more irritable. By focusing on these essential areas first, I keep the household flowing even in the middle of a move. One trick that has saved me many times is what I call the 5-minute start. Instead of committing to a huge cleaning session, I simply give myself 5 focused minutes. It might sound small, but 5 minutes of pure intention can shift your entire energy. I set a timer, take a deep breath, and gather the bottles and oil jars, wipe down the counter, put away the stray utensils. Most of the time, those 5 minutes motivate me to keep going naturally. For example, wiping the kitchen counter first thing in the morning instantly makes the room feel lighter and calmer. Or before dinner, I take 2 minutes to clear the dining table. It helps the whole family sit down without distractions. And it reminds me that small efforts can completely change the atmosphere of a home. In the whirlwind of moving with kids, we don't always have control over the schedule, but we do have control over where we start. And choosing the right starting point can make everything else feel possible. If you're trying to keep life simple while juggling kids and a move, make sure to come back tomorrow. I'll share gentle, stress-free closet clearing strategies that even the busiest person can follow. Don't miss it. You'll genuinely find it helpful. Once the visual clutter is under control, the next challenge is time itself. So let's look at how to create pockets of calm even with little ones around. Now, we're moving into managed time while packing with kids. A gentle reminder that finding quiet pockets of the day can transform the way you balance childcare and packing. One thing that has helped me tremendously is choosing the moments when my children need me the least. Early mornings and late evenings are the quiet pockets of the day when I can think clearly and move without interruption. In the mornings, the house is calm and my mind feels fresh. In the evening, the kids are asleep and I finally have space to breathe. Those are the windows when real progress happens. I also follow a rhythm that keeps me from burning out the 20-20-20 cycle. It sounds simple, 20 minutes cleaning, 20 minutes playing with the kids, 20 minutes resting, but it works because it honors both the home and the heart. I get things done without ignoring my children or pushing myself past my limits. And honestly, the short breaks keep me from feeling resentful toward the never-ending to-do list. Another small but life-saving practice is keeping the active packing items out of reach. I place the boxes I'm currently filling on higher tables or kitchen counters, so tiny hands can't pull things out the moment I turn around. It saves time, prevents tears, and protects my sanity. Nothing slows you down more than repacking the same box 3 times. For example, from 9 to 10 p.m., After the kids are asleep, I usually tackle the kitchen wiping surfaces, sorting spices, or packing one section of a cabinet. It's amazing how much can be done in just 1 hour of uninterrupted focus. And in the early morning, from 6:00 to 6:30, I fold clothes or sort laundry before my children wake up. Even 30 quiet minutes can set a productive tone for the entire day. Managing time as a mother means embracing small pockets of peace and turning them into progress. It's not about having long, perfect hours, it's about using what you have with intention and grace. After managing your time wisely, the next step is to make packing itself feel lighter and easier. Next, we're entering simplified packing. When you're caring for small children, decisions pile up quickly: what to keep, what to let go of, what to pack now, and what to leave for later. I discovered that having 3 clearly defined boxes in every room, pack, donate, and discard, turned those decisions into something almost automatic. Instead of standing there hesitating, I could drop each item into its category and move on. The system worked so well that even my older child started helping, proudly placing toys into the donate box whenever he felt he'd outgrown them. I also learned how powerful, bold, easy-to-spot labels can be. When you're tired and juggling snack nap times and packing tape all at once, the last thing you need is to squint at a tiny label. I started using bright stickers: yellow for pack, blue for donate, red for discard, and it cut down so much confusion. Even my husband, who tends to mix things up, stopped asking where things belonged. The colors did the talking for us. Another habit that saved my sanity was focusing on just one drawer or one shelf each day. When you're moving with kids, attempting to clear an entire room can make you feel defeated before you even start. So instead, I choose something small: the office drawer, the bathroom shelf, the corner basket of toys. It was manageable, and every tiny win built momentum. While clearing my office drawer, I sorted paper clips into pack, tossed dried markers into discard, and placed unused notebooks into the donate box for a local community center. Another day, I gathered toys my child had outgrown and put them straight into the donation box. Watching those boxes fill up day by day was incredibly motivating. It reminded me that progress doesn't have to be dramatic to be real. By breaking the work into small, repeatable steps, the whole moving process became gentler, calmer, and surprisingly empowering. And, of course, no move is complete without tackling the most delicate category of all our children's belongings: right now, we're starting packing kids' belongings without the stress. When my son was younger, I used to spend half my day looking for missing puzzle pieces or tiny action figure accessories. Switching to mesh bags meant everything stayed visible, contained, and easy to grab. I didn't have to dig through big boxes just to find one small block he suddenly needed right now. It also made unpacking in the new house much quicker because each bag stayed organized exactly as it was. I also started grouping their items by category: puzzles, cars, building sets, craft materials, so my mind didn't feel scattered when I packed. When categories are clear, you make decisions faster. Puzzles go together, art supplies go together, vehicles have their own little corner. And when you reopen the boxes in the new place, your child immediately recognizes their things, which makes the transition smoother. My daughter felt so proud when she opened a box labeled Art Time and found all her coloring books, crayons, and stickers neatly stored inside. Clothing can be another major source of stress, so I began dividing everything into 3 groups: clothes that currently fit, clothes that no longer fit, and special pieces I wanted to keep as memories. This simple division helped reduce the emotional overload that often comes with sorting kids' clothes. For example, I packed all the well-fitting outfits into everyday boxes, set aside 2 small clothes for donation, and kept a few precious items like the tiny dress my daughter wore on her first birthday in a labeled memory box. For small items like Lego pieces, I reuse metal cookie tins or clear plastic containers because they're durable and easy to stack. And for coloring books and crayons, I gather everything into a large zip bag with a label so I don't have to open 5 boxes just to check what's inside. These small decisions done consistently create a sense of order that truly supports you during a busy emotional move. Now that the kids' belongings are sorted, let's go a bit deeper into the practical side of packing, keeping everything safe and secure. At this stage, we're heading into smart and safe packing tips, where I walk you through ways to pack fragile, sharp, and electronic items safely while keeping curious children in mind. Packing safely when you have children around can feel like a puzzle, so I learned to simplify each category of items to avoid stress and accidents. For fragile pieces, I stopped relying on bubble wrap because I realized I already had plenty of soft materials at home. Towels, scarves, and thin blankets can wrap breakable items just as well. Not only does this save money, it also reduces the number of boxes you need. I often wrap each glass in one old t-shirt, soft, snug, and already available. It also gives me peace of mind knowing that my kids won't accidentally pop bubble wrap and scare themselves while I'm packing. Electronics require an entirely different kind of attention. After one chaotic move where all our charging cables became a tangled knot, I promised myself never again. Now, I wrap each cable with a small zip tie and place them into labeled zip bags. Laptop charger, camera cables, kids' tablet. Everything has its own bag. When we unpack, it's incredibly easy to reconnect everything without spending unnecessary time searching. Kitchenware, especially pots and pans, can also be tricky because they scratch easily. I nest them inside one another, but always place a folded piece of paper, a kitchen towel, or even a napkin in between each layer. This protects the surfaces and makes the whole stack feel sturdier. For my blender, I always take apart the blade and place it in a small labeled zip bag. It prevents accidents and keeps tiny parts from disappearing during the move. These small habits have saved me countless headaches. By using what you already have, labeling clearly, and breaking down each category, the process becomes calmer and more predictable. And when you're moving with kids, predictability is one of the most comforting gifts you can give yourself. Once you've secured the fragile items, it's time to look at cost-friendly solutions that make moving even easier. Next, we're talking about low-cost, practical packing solutions, highlighting budget-friendly ideas that help you save money by reusing items you already have while still keeping everything secure. The first thing I stopped buying was brand new boxes. Grocery stores, pharmacies, and small markets usually have stacks of sturdy cardboard boxes they're happy to give away. I used to feel shy asking, but after the first move, where I saved nearly the cost of a week's groceries, I never hesitated again. These boxes are perfect for lightweight items, toys, or linens, and because they come in different sizes, it's easier to match the box with the weight of the items. I also began replacing store-bought packing containers with things already in my home. Suitcases, toy baskets, laundry bins, and plastic storage boxes all became part of my packing system. Large suitcases, for example, are ideal for heavy things like books because they can be rolled instead of carried. I once packed an entire shelf of novels into one suitcase, and instead of lifting a heavy box, I simply pulled the suitcase across the floor without straining my back. Old towels, baby blankets, and worn-out clothes became my alternative to bubble wrap. Not only does this save money, it minimizes waste and keeps fragile items cushioned safely. I often wrap glass bowls or ceramic mugs in my children's old t-shirts. Seeing those tiny shirts brings back memories, and it feels good knowing they're still useful during a busy transition. Towels also fill empty spaces inside boxes, keeping things from shifting around during transport. Smaller items go into tote bags, which are especially convenient for bathroom products and skincare essentials. I keep this tote with me, not in the moving truck, so I can access our hygiene items immediately without opening multiple boxes on the first night. These simple choices help stretch your budget while making the packing process smoother and more thoughtful. When packing is finished, the focus shifts to what truly matters on day one in your new space. Now, let's shift to the first day checklist. I've learned that the more prepared I am before stepping through the door, the more smoothly everyone settles in. The first spaces I always set up are the kitchen, the bathroom, and my child's sleeping area. These three areas shape how our first 24 hours feel. If the kitchen is functional, I can warm, boil water, or put together simple meals without searching through boxes. The bathroom needs to be ready too. Kids get messy quickly, and nothing is more stressful than needing to wash hands or take a quick rinse and realizing nothing is unpacked yet. And of course, the sleeping space is essential. Children relax faster when they see a familiar pillow blanket or soft toy. Once their bed is made, the whole house immediately feels more like home. Before I even bring in the first box, I always check the basics, running water power outlets, light switches, and the stove. It sounds simple, but a surprising number of people forget this step, and it can cause unnecessary panic. I once moved into an apartment where the kitchen outlet didn't work, and I spent my first night boiling water in the bathroom. Since then, I never skip this part of my checklist. I also stock up on essentials ahead of time: wet wipes, trash bags, and floor cleaner. These are the things you'll need immediately when unpacking, especially with kids touching everything out of curiosity. One of my first cleaning steps is wiping door handles, cabinet knobs, sinks, and light switches. These are high-touch spots from the previous tenants, and cleaning them gives me peace of mind. I always prepare a day one essentials box. It includes towels, my child's pajamas, a kettle, basic toiletries, and anything we'll need before opening any other boxes. Having this single box saves me from digging around late at night when everyone is tired. Finally, we're moving into the early organization tricks, where I share small practical habits that help your new home feel settled, functional, and peaceful right from the beginning. One habit that has helped me tremendously is arranging items at a height my children can easily reach. When snacks, cups, or toys are placed too high, kids constantly call us for help. "Mom, can you get this, Mom? Where is that?" But when things are stored at their level, they gain independence and I gain more calm. For example, placing a low toy basket in the living room allows my child to take out what she wants and then put everything back without needing me to step in. It seems like a small thing, but it builds responsibility and reduces the number of times I need to reorganize the same corner. Inside cabinets and drawers, I've become a firm believer in using divided storage boxes. In the kitchen, simple plastic organizers help separate knives, scissors, spoons, and chopsticks so nothing becomes a tangled mess. I once spent weeks digging through a chaotic drawer every morning until I finally invested in small dividers, and suddenly everything had its own place. The same goes for the bedroom. Using compartment boxes in the wardrobe keeps socks, underwear, and accessories from disappearing into one big pile, which is especially helpful when kids dress themselves. Clear and simple labels make an even bigger difference than I expected. Words like bowls, pans, or snacks may look basic, but they guide every family member, including children, toward putting things back correctly. I like printing labels in big letters or even using pictures for my younger child. Before long, everyone knows exactly where things belong, and the house stays tidier with much less effort. By setting these habits early, the new home naturally feels more peaceful and functional. It's not about perfection, just small systems that support you every single day. As we wrap up, remember that everything we covered, from choosing the right starting point to packing calmly with kids around, comes down to creating small systems that lighten both your workload and your mind. If you're a busy mom feeling stretched thin, take a breath and move through this process step by step. You don't need to do everything at once. Simply begin with one corner, one box, one tiny decision. These gentle habits truly make the whole move more manageable. And if you want support with another area of the home, I also have a video on practical methods to refresh and simplify your wardrobe space, a perfect next step after this one. You really shouldn't skip it. It's filled with ideas that can genuinely make your daily life easier. If this video helped you, please like, share, and subscribe, because you deserve a home that feels lighter, calmer, and easier to live in. Spread these tips to friends and family who might need them too.